Hello, welcome back to my vintage 1980s kitchen, or kitchenette. So, we're probably asking yourself, what are we doing back in your kitchen? Because you had told us in a previous video that you were going to make a video about shaving soap and bonsai. Well, I have two videos prepared. One is a bonsai video, but I'm waiting a little bit longer because I wasn't able to complete the outside portion because it's been raining. So as soon as that's done, I'll post that video as well. The shaving soap video is a little bit of a minor catastrophe on that one. The cat had knocked over my my pail that I was using, and so that'll have to be remade. What are we doing today? I'm glad you asked that question. We are going to be making one of my favorite things to eat, which is pot stickers. That's right, pot stickers. No green herbs are in use, so it's not pot. You know what I'm saying, right? You don't. There's none of that. It's just pot stickers. It's an Asian dish. Usually has pork in it, some cabbage, and some whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to make pot stickers from scratch. Now, a lot of times people will buy the Wonton Wrappers, is what they call them, from the store, and those are fine, but I find they don't taste as good as when you make them from scratch. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and make the pot sticker wraps from scratch, and I'll put the recipe up there for you. And I'll probably leave it on a little bit longer in the video than I did for the tomato soup. But here's a little hint: if you hit the pause button in the tomato soup thing, then you can kind of hold that recipe there and read it, you know. Anyway, but that's not on you, it's on me. We'll go ahead and do this. And why am I doing this today? Well, you know, I'm a 45-year-old bald man who lives with his cat. So I'm either going to do this or I'm going to sit there and watch television and the news, which, believe me, if I have to hear any more about somebody's life matters or, you know, ISIL or anything else like that, then I'm just going to not want to leave the house in the first place. So, instead, I'm doing these videos. I hope you do enjoy them. Please subscribe if you can. If not, if you don't want to subscribe to the YouTube, I go by the same name on the Facebook, and you can message me or you can hit me up that way and leave comments or questions that you may have. And please do. I mean, this is out of sheer boredom, people. Have you ever been bored? You know what I'm saying? Then help me help you is all I'm trying to say. This is frickin' therapy, for the love of God. I mean, you think I just randomly invite you frickin' people into my kitchen? If you don't want to make frickin' pot stickers, get the hell out of my kitchen. I mean, God. Oh, sorry. A little bit of a problem with the medication. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the pot sticker dough. And the dough for this, you know, I made some of this before, but I didn't have enough, and it left me wonton. Anyway, okay. So the first step in making this is to go ahead and get the flour ready. Now, I buy just generic all-purpose flour from the grocery store. You can purchase wheat flour. Corn flour works okay as well. But I think that the corn flour doesn't hold together as well, so you might have a problems with when you're cooking the actual pot stickers of separation. And it's also a little bit gritty. It's kind of like corn chip texture. So we're going to go ahead and make this. This is just straight up all-purpose flour. I've got 3 cups already measured out of all-purpose flour. 3 cups. It requires a few pinches of salt, so I got my salt here. Un egg, uno, ego. For my Spanish speaking, no, I have no idea what egg is in Spanish. Well, you don't have to be that judgmental. And this is why I don't wear my Wonder Woman apron for you people. Okay, anyway. So we're going to go ahead and make that dough. The first step is to take your 3 cups of flour And I don't have a flour sifter. You can use a flour sifter. I use a strainer. Works just as well. You want to go ahead and kind of unclump your flour. So that's what we're doing now. Is I'm just going in here and I'm unclumping that flour and I'm just pouring it into the top of this strainer and just kind of shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your strainer. Shake your strainer. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Shake your strainer. Okay, so we're straining this. This can be such a strain. No, not funny. Okay, anyway, so we're straining. Ooh, you ever heard that song, Ain't It a Shame? Ain't that a strain? Ain't that a... You know, if you're not going to help... Okay, so we've got our flour sifted flour. Okay, and again, that was 3 cups of flour. Now, the second step is to make a little, I have no idea, like a little pit in the center. So you want to kind of separate this up, because what you want to do is you want to have a place to pour your egg and water solution. Because you're going to pour that egg and water solution in here, and you're going to just fold it into this, and it's going to require to use your fingers. So, please, wash your hands, okay? Nobody wants to eat stuff that you've prepared with dirty hands. Although some of the best places to eat now, they have questionable hygiene. Anyway, okay. So the second step, after you've strained your flour, and you don't have to strain your flour, you can work out the clumps with your fingers if you really want to. Just trying to save you a freaking step. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the salt in my 1/2 cup water. So 3 cups flour, 1/2 cup water, and you can add water afterwards if your dough isn't the right consistency. Okay, so I'm going to add my 3 pinches of salt. 1, 2, skip a few, 2,000, that's a lot of salt right there. Mix that up. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to beat your egg. Because you want your egg nice and beat, so you break that yolk up, you mix it up. You can use a whisk. Whisking away to nothing. Not funny. Okay. Alright, so you whisk. Alright, and that egg is pretty good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to combine the salt water with the egg. And you're going to go ahead and mix that up. So I go ahead and pour my this egg wash mixture, and that's like 1/2 cup of water and 1 egg and some salt. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour that into the center of my flour. So I just pour that in the center. It makes a little crater. Crater! That's the word I was looking for. Crater. Now, what you can do now, and I'll get a little bit more water here just in case I need to add some as I mix this together. Now at this point, this is going to become quite messy and sticky. But the first thing I do is I go ahead and I fold all of these ingredients together. And so it's really simple. You just kind of fold them in. If you don't know what fold means, then stir the hell out of it. I don't care. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things how you do this. One way is just a lot less messy than the other. So you want to just fold this in and get this nice and get all those ingredients mixed up together. And you know, and I'm making a mess anyway. I can see that this is going to be a bit dry, so I'm going to have to go ahead and add some water at this. This consistency, but I'm needing. I'm in dire need. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. Okay. So here we go. Just keep kneading. Alright, this is about the right consistency. It's actually getting to the right consistency now. It's been a while since I've made this. So you just keep kneading it. It's very elastic. And what I mean by elastic is it's almost like Play-Doh. It's, you know, pulling apart a little bit, but it's got some give to it. All right. Now what you All right. So now what you have to do, you can knead this as much as you want to. If you've had a stressful day, just fucking knead the hell out of this dough. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've got kids. God bless you. All right, so you've got this dough. You've got a ball of dough. Just like that. So there's your dough ball. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the sink. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so we let our dough alone for about 30 to 60 minutes. In actuality, I did it about 45 minutes. I went ahead and I cut each ball of dough into 6. So I took I had 2 big balls of dough. I cut them each into 6 pieces. That way I could fit them here as I rolled them out. So I've already started the first dough ball, and as you can see, I've got these wrappers. These wrappers already cut. They're paper thin, and they're ready to be filled. So that's what I'm working on now. I'll show you how to roll out the dough. What you want to do is you want to get a surface, and you want to take some all-purpose flour, and you really want to coat the surface of whatever you're rolling your dough out on in flour so that it won't stick to the cutting board. Okay? You take one of your 6 balls of dough, or you can make a bigger ball of dough if you have a bigger surface area. I do not, so we'll just stick with this. Okay, put your dough in the center. Now what I do is I use a rolling pin, but I will have to caution you. You do not want to use the handles on your rolling pin because you will not be exerting enough pressure. You have to put a lot of pressure on this dough to flatten it out, and it needs to be paper thin. So what I do, and you can use a wooden dowel, but what I do is I keep my hands right on the center part of the rolling pin as I'm rolling this out. Again, you want this flat, and you want it as thin as you can get it. So here we go. Still spreading a little bit. Okay. So as you can see, that small batch of dough that I just rolled together pretty much made a very large thing of, well, whatever I'm trying to say, I don't know. But I just press and twist. I'm going a little bit slower than I normally go here. Maybe it's because I'm tired. I don't know. Carrots and onion in here and get that nice and all chopped up. Like I said, they traditionally use green onion. I didn't have any green onion, so I'm just doing this as I go here. People also put ginger in, and I don't like ginger, so you won't see me use ginger. Now, I'm not a foodie either. My friend Shannon is a huge foodie. I am not. What it comes down to me is I don't like paying for things that I can make myself better. So that's why we're doing this today, because this just tastes a heck of a lot better than the store-bought stuff. Okay, so I put my thing in place here. And again, this is a ninja. I love this thing. And I use this quite frequently. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up the onions and the vegetables. Alright, welcome back. Now it's time to make the actual pot sticker. So, got my shell, and you can do a couple of things with this. What I like to do is I like to take a fingertip and just dip it in some warm water, rub it right along the edge, the outer edge of the shell, because that'll help it stick together. Then you take just under a teaspoon, maybe a half a teaspoon of the meat that you had made for the pot sticker. You get that in there, and then you fold the pot sticker in half, press down so that it sticks on the edges, and then you can crimp it. You just take your fingers and crimp it around. You don't even have to crimp it every other step, Just crimp it down, and there you go. That's a pot sticker, and it's ready to go. And I'll show you how to fry those up in just a second. Alright, welcome back. I've made some pot stickers that I'm going to cook up here in just a minute. I've also made some that, these are all sticking together. I've made some that I am going to freeze. Now when you freeze pot stickers, you want to make sure that they're laying separately before you stick them in the freezer. I stick them in the freezer for about 2, maybe 3 hours, and then you can pick them up and put them in a Ziploc storage bag and put them. Okay, so now we're cooking the pot stickers. Now what you do is you put 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil or canola oil, or you can use olive oil, into a pan. Put it on medium heat, medium to medium high heat, and you're just basically letting them cook. And then when those get brown on one side, or you can hear the oil cooking them, then I will turn them over and will add water and boil. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, now you see you flip them over. They're a nice golden brown color. It's about 6 minutes on a medium heat, medium to medium high heat if you've got an electric. Now what you want to do is you want to add water. And about 1/4 of a cup will do you there. Add water. You have to flip them over, make sure they're brown, add water, and then you put a lid on them and you let that water boil off. And that takes about an additional 5 to 6 minutes. And at that point, your pot stickers are done and they're ready for rice or whatever you've got coming. Alright, and here you have it, some completed pot stickers. These are ready to go. You can use dipping sauce on them. What I normally do is I go ahead and cook up a bed of rice with some mixed vegetables in it, like peas and some corn. But you can serve it up any way you want to. About 6 to 8 of these is a very good meal for somebody, and can make a full meal, or you can just use them as appetizers. So there it is, pot stickers. Woo!